All the action goes down at UFC 202 at the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas, Nevada. Randa Markos will collide with Cortney Casey. We're joined on the line by Randa Markos. Randa, how you doing?
I'm doing great, thank you.
Give us the layout. Explain to us what you've been doing since the win in Ottawa to right now.
Well, since the win, I asked these on the Vancouver card. So I had I had a teammate that was training for his fight a week later. So I was back at it on Monday, training and helping him out. So and preparing for Vancouver, hoping that they would call me. So when I got this call, even though it was short notice, I've been preparing for it.
Do you like the idea of being constantly busy?
Yeah, I really, really wish I could fight more often, and it's kind of, I don't like taking breaks. I don't like to take a couple months break between fights. I like to go right at it, right when I'm done having fights scheduled, and keep training through it.
Is it an easy balance for you, trying to balance travel, family time, being a professional fighter, and getting the opportunity to live your life to the fullest?
Yeah, it was a little harder when I had a full-time job, but now that I don't have a job, I just stick to fighting, to training. It's a lot easier for me. I enjoy it a lot. When
we look at both of your records, Cortney Casey, based on Sherdog records, 5-3, you and 6-3. But we know that's not actually the case. When you look at your fights on the reality show, and then your amateur fights, and again, your amateur fights took place in Michigan, which, if anybody knows, that's a tough circuit to be in the mixed martial arts game, the amateur MMA game. Is it all of that experience that you rely on inside of the octagon?
People change. I think people change, styles change. But yeah, I feel like I have a lot of good experience. I had a lot of tough opponents in the past. I'm sure she's had a lot of tough opponents as well. But I feel like I fought a lot of the top people. I mean, 3 of the girls I fought all had title shots. I don't know. I basically fought like most of the people from the top right now, and I think that says a lot about me, how tough I am. But you can never underestimate who's coming from especially our weight class. There's a lot of talent out there that just hasn't had the opportunity to show what they've got. So I've never taken an opponent lightly. I'm preparing for a tough battle, and I'm sure she is as well.
When you think about the best version of you, what do you need to do to get there?
I just need to believe in myself. I just have this problem where I think too much, and that's why I stopped looking into my opponents and seeing what they're capable of. I just focus on me, and I'm just a grinder. I'm a grinder, I'm a grappler, I'm a wrestler, I'm a striker now, so I'm just a well-rounded fighter.
Now, when you go into a matchup, this fight with Cortney Casey, for example, do you have a strategy planned out, or is it just go out, be free, fight your type of fight? You've been in all these different types of positions. You know how to win in these positions. Now just go and execute.
Yeah, exactly. I'm just going in there to fight my game, and whatever happens, if it goes to the ground, I'm ready for it. If it stays standing, I'm ready for it. It doesn't matter. If she wants to take it up against the fence, I'm ready for it. I'm just ready for all. I've been in every position. I've fought, Jessica Penning was the best grappler I feel in the division, to great strikers. So I'm ready wherever it goes.
What has been the best part about this journey for you?
Just being able to fulfill my dreams. If you think of a few years back, I was like, oh, imagine if I was in the UFC, and then I just laugh about it like that's never going to happen. And now I'm in the UFC. Imagine if I made the Ultimate Fighter. It's just like going back in my life and thinking about where I wish I could be, but it'll never happen. But it's been happening just because I love it, and I just never gave up. It's really cool to see how everything's playing out.
Does it help you be free inside of the cage when you think that, all the hard work is paid off, a place that you didn't think you'd ever be, you're there now. So kind of the pressure is off, and you get to be free and be creative and play your type of game inside of the cage?
I feel like I'm not really quite there yet. I feel like I do still think a bit. I think too much. But I'm hoping to, with the experience and with getting back in there right away, I'll be more and more free. I don't like the breaks in between, so if they can get me back in every 2 months, every 3 months, to go out there and just be more comfortable. I'll be more free.
One thing we've certainly learned about you is that one of your biggest strengths is your confidence. Is that something that you work on? Because you're talking about trying to not be able to think inside of the cage and just react, and it seems that you have a path to try to get there. Is mental strength something that you focus on, or is it just a natural, I guess, something that you've always had?
I've always had the mental strength. It's just believing in it. It's there. It's in my mind. Somebody tells me I can't do something, I have that inside me. It's like I need to show them that I can do it because I know I can. But at the same time, I kind of doubt myself sometimes, and because I don't know, just overthinking. And then once I get past that overthinking, just going there and just believing myself, then I can be more free.
Do you chart your own growth? Do you see how you're progressing in the different aspects of the game, whether it be wrestling or the kickboxing, Muay Thai, or do you rely on your coaches to say, okay, you're good at these techniques, now you can incorporate them into your game? Or is it just, okay, once you feel comfortable doing something, you're going to do it in a live fight scenario?
It's a little bit of both. I really, really take what my coaches tell me, I really, really rely on them to tell me what I need to work on, but at the same time, I need to think myself okay, I'm really good at this. I'm going to keep that, but I'm going to take what they're going to tell me too, and then whatever happens, because you never know if you're in that situation in a fight, and then boom, you pull off this move. And a lot of the moves I've pulled off are because I've done them a couple times, and my coaches made me do them, but I didn't think they were going to work. Then all of a sudden, boom, they worked when I needed it the most. So you kind of got to believe in yourself and take what you are comfortable with, and then take what they're telling you as well.
Clearly, no fighter wants to look past their opponents. But when you look at where you are in this 115-pound kind of developing division where all it takes is 2 wins in a row, 3 wins in a row, and you're fighting for the UFC championship, is that something that is in your mind? I mean, I would imagine that it must be. And do you have a path? Have you figured out a way to get there?
I wouldn't be here if I didn't think that I could fight for the belt. I'm not here to just see how far I can get. I'm here to fight for the belt, and I just need more experience in the cage. The more I get in there, the more I feel comfortable, the more I'm free, and the closer I get to the top. So if I didn't believe that I could do this, I'd be having kids or moving on with my life.
All the action goes down at the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas, Nevada on August 20th. It is UFC 202. Randa Markos takes on Cortney Casey. Best of luck, Randa. We'll be watching you, and we'll be anticipating a hell of a show.
Thank you so much.